The color palette you choose can profit you. Hi YouTube, it's Venus. Welcome back to my Autistic YouTube channel. How are you all? So, you've heard the term autistic special interest. Maybe you don't know what it is. Well, this is a video for you. I'm going to explain exactly what it is, how it benefits an autistic person, and share some of my autistic special interests. Ooh, that was a mouthful. With you. So perhaps you're a friend or a relative or a chosen family member of someone that's autistic, or you're a colleague of someone that's autistic, and you've heard this phrase, special interest, being popped around the place, and you want to know what it is. So I thought I would do this video to explain a little bit more in depth as to what it means, and in essence sharing my joie de vivre with you. This was actually quite interesting to me because when I was doing the research for this, I didn't know what percentage of autistic people have special interests, and it's around 70 to 95%, which is almost all autistic people, so it's very common. So an autistic special interest is like an intensified hobby or interest that an autistic person has. So what's the difference between a neurotypical person, someone that doesn't have autism, to a neurodiverse person who is autistic and has a special interest? Well, a neurotypical person, their interest in a hobby or interest, it'll be a bit more casual, relaxed, they can take it or leave it kind of thing, whereas someone that's neurodiverse, an autistic person, this topic or interest will just be all-consuming. Yeah, it will be their everything. They will want to gather as much information about that hobby or interest as is possible. I think it's safe to say that information is definitely an autistic person's best friend. Well, one of their best friends. There's various best friends an autistic person can have. Now, a special interest for a neurodiverse person, it can be temporary and it can be lifelong or anywhere in between. So I thought, rather than leave it just a little bit vague, I thought I would give a couple of more in-depth examples. So let's say if we take music as an example, or more specifically, if an autistic person has a special interest in a specific artist, that person will want to know everything about them. So their influences, where they get their sense of style, what musical instruments they play, if any. Not all singer-songwriters write their own music. And also, just while I'm explaining this, there is no two people that are autistic that are exactly the same. So, all autistic people have different intensities to their special interest. For some people, it will be just their absolute everything, and it's all they, also known as hyperfocus. So yeah, getting back to if someone has an interest in an artist, like they'll want to know where they were born, where they were brought up, maybe what time they were born at. Some people are that specific. Where their stage names were derived from, if they have one. Some public figures do use their real names. They'll want to know where their first gigs were, where their sense of style, as an aesthetic comes from. Like I said before, information gathering is like a drink of water for an autistic person. Well, especially in my, especially in my experience, information, I love gaining information. It's one of my favourite things to do in life. Information for me and a lot of other autistic people, it just gets devoured. So things like tablets, computers, internet, it's so important for an autistic person. So I thought I would also cover why it's very important for an autistic person to have their special interest. In my opinion, other people may have different opinions, that's okay. So why do we hold these interests so dearly? Well, first and foremost, it's fun. It's really, really fun. I think it's really cool to know almost every bit of information about a specific topic, and to go about almost like a walking dictionary. I think it's just incredible. Just to have all the information on one specific thing. Not everyone can say they can do that. Also, for autistic people, it's widely known that a lot of us aren't great in social settings, So if someone has a specific special interest, it's great to use as a conversation opener. I know that me personally, I'm awful in social situations, so I'm constantly waiting just for that little lull or pause in the conversation before I can butt in and say, oh yeah, I can relate to that, I know this about that, and then the conversation can start to flow. Also, we can just switch off from the mania of the world. The world is so fast paced, and we can just bring it down to our own pace. Yeah, so we can just deep dive into that ultimate source of comfort. Also a sense of belonging, you know? I know that when I was growing up and up until recently, I didn't feel like I belonged. So for me to have special interests, I know my place in the world. Yeah, I have meaning. I have importance. So for us to be in our special interest mode, it just induces calm. Yeah? We can just calm down for a bit. So if we're feeling really nervous, anxious, feel like we're on the verge of a meltdown or a shutdown, we can just be at one with ourselves and just calm. Actually, I think this next point is probably the most important point to me. Maybe these last two, they're equally important, but I'll leave that up to you to decide. Tell me in the comments. We just get to be ourselves. You know, I just get to be me. Just get to be me for a bit. Just to totally geek out for a bit. I just get to be me. In my own little geeky special world of my own, yeah? So, like I said before, I thought I would share some of my special interests with you, so I hope that you're interested in my special interests. I do hope you are. My special interests are very varied. Sometimes I don't know why I love these things so much, but maybe you could help me out on that one in the comments. Yeah, for me, I think to outsiders, i.e. someone that's not me, either me or my husband's autistic as well, I think that some of my special interests could be perceived as weird, but if I'm known for anything in life, if it's being weird, then that's a title I will very, very happily roll with. Yeah, so the first one, this one I cannot explain. I just cannot explain it, so hopefully you could help me out. It's expeller extractor fans, more specifically the ones that go in windows and, well actually they all go in windows and walls, these ones that I like anyway. I don't know where this comes from. I don't know why I like it so much. Ever since I was a child, I can remember being in the car and trying to spot all the expellers in the windows. Some had different colours, some had different sizes, and I remember being at school, there was expellers in the classroom, and this one had a control panel, so you could control the speed, and if it went to suck air in or take air out of the building. I just cannot explain this. I don't know why I like it so much. I know like the history of the models and things. Yeah, that one I cannot explain, so hopefully you can help me out. Tell me in the comments. This next one I can actually explain, and it is music. I cannot tell you how profoundly music affects me. If I go for a whole day without listening to music, I feel like I've been robbed. Yeah, I feel like my day is incomplete and like something is missing. I just love music, and my favourite instrument is a harp. I love the way it looks, I love the way it's made, I love the way it sounds. It's just so beautiful. It's so calming. I love listening to harp music and getting to know the history of the harp as well. Yeah, getting back to artists and music. People that know me, they know that she's coming. They know that she's going to get a mention. You know who it is. She absolutely must have a mention. My goddess, my leader, my kindness punk, my queen. She was born Stephanie Joanne Angelina Germinata in March 1986. She's also known as Mother Monster, known to all of us mere mortals. I, of course, am talking about the incomparable Lady Gaga. In my opinion, she is like the true definition of an artist. And the level of detail that she puts into her art and why she does it is astounding. Like there's, again, this is my special interest, so I read everything I could get my hands on. Well, my eyes on. We tend to read digitally these days, don't we? Papers out. Yes, so she writes her own music, she does her own thing, she knows who she is. She promotes kindness on every single level. And yeah, I could do a whole video about her, but I won't. So yeah, she is one of my special interests. I met my husband through her, and my next special interest is not unrelated to her. So here we go. Just taking a second to take a breather, because I'm about to talk about my ultimate special interest. And that is wigs. Yeah, Lady Gaga has thousands of wigs and hairpieces. So yeah, it is related to her. I am completely and utterly consumed by wigs. More specifically lace wigs, because they're the most natural ones on the planet, in my opinion and in my research. To me, they are absolutely magical. So transformative. There is something so inherently special about them. They are just complete works of art, especially if they're, you know, completely handmade. Which is why I live out my special interest every single day, because as a job, and I call it a calling, I am a lace wig maker. So I get to work with hair every single day. I get to make wigs every single day. I get to make hair pieces every single day. It is my honour, it is my passion, it is my compassion. Yeah, so I know all of the different hairstyles, textures of hair, lengths of hair, colours of hair, different origins of hair. I know all about the different materials that's used to make lace wigs and hair pieces. For instance, there's over 100 different types of lace you can get. I know like public figures that wear wigs. I know in my real life people that wear wigs. I like to know what they like, what they don't like, what suits people best. I like to do research about wigs in popular culture. I'm just completely enthralled by them, and I spend most of my day when I go out and when I watch things online, I spend most of my day studying people's hairlines to see if I can replicate that in the art that I make. It's just that sheer magical moment when someone puts their wig on. Life does not get any better for me than that. It just doesn't. And sometimes when people put on the wigs, it's like putting on their final piece of the outfit, their final piece of confidence cloak. And I used to wear wigs when I had hair loss, so I know how it feels to wear a wig. So in the work that I do, I get to help people that have lost their hair, be it through alopecia, trichotillomania, cancer treatments, and I get to have the joy of helping people that are transitioning gender if they don't have a hairline or hairstyle that matches what they see the vision of themselves to be. So that is like my special interest. And so maybe if you know someone that's going for a job, or you're an employer even, and you're interviewing someone who can incorporate their special interest into the job that you're offering, they would arguably be the best person for the job, because they would just give that job whatever it entails and whatever their special interest entails. They would just give it their everything. Yeah, so that, for me anyway, explains what a special interest is, and me sharing some of mine. I do hope you've enjoyed this video. And so I thought I would round up this video by giving you a little bit of advice. Firstly, subscribe, please. It would be lovely to welcome some new names here. And secondly, and this is the most important piece of advice that I would like to part with, if you are autistic, or more specifically actually, if you know someone that's autistic and they have a special interest and you think it's weird, just please listen to me. Just let them be. Yeah? Even if you find it completely weird, just let them be. As long as they're not harming themselves or others or doing anything that's illegal, just let them be. It's their world. It's their, you know, it's their chance to switch off from the craziness of this world. Because, I mean, come on, it is crazy. So just let them be. Yeah? Well, thank you so much for deciding to spend some time here with me. I deeply appreciate it. If you have enjoyed this video and you found it insightful, thumbs up, that would be fabulous, because all the thumbs up and the subscribe, I could really do with, because this is a brand new channel and I need all the support I can get. And also let me know in the comments if you're someone that's autistic, or you know someone that's autistic and they've got a special interest. Tell me what they are in the comments. I'm always fascinated to know what they are, because like I keep saying, each and every autistic individual are completely different. So I just cannot wait to read what they are. And just to say, I read every single comment. I respond to every single comment because it's only polite and empathic. So yeah, that's all from me today, peeps. Like, comment, subscribe. Keep being you. Take care. Keep shining. And I'll see you again soon. Hopefully next week. See ya.